You can have indifference, you can have influence, you have manipulation, and you can have coercion. What do these four things mean, and why are we specifically interested in influence? Before we start diving into things, let's talk a little bit about what we're trying to achieve here, right? This is conversation hypnosis for influence. Now, we need to distinguish between four, I think, key terms here in terms of how people normally interact, the way they present information, the way they communicate with each other, right? So we have four different approaches. You can have indifference, you can have influence, you have manipulation, and you can have coercion. What do these four things mean, and why are we specifically interested in influence? Well, let's start with the idea of indifference, right? There are some people who just present information and they just don't care. Take it, leave it, don't care. Here's the information, here are the facts, off you go, you do your thing. They are completely indifferent to your reaction. I don't recommend that. That's not a very helpful way to go through life, but it is a mode that some people have adopted, right? Then let's go to the other end of the spectrum. Let's go with coercion. In coercion, someone's trying to force you into doing something, usually with some kind of threat of violence, threat of exposure, threat of some kind of negative consequence, like, I don't know, being fired or whatever it might be, because they're trying to force some kind of behavior or action out of you, right? So typically, coercion is a win-lose scenario. The coercive party wins, the coerced party loses. Again, we're not interested in that. Are you with me so far? Manipulation, and this one's interesting, because hypnosis is often accused of being manipulative, especially Ericksonian hypnosis. And quite honestly, they're not entirely wrong. You see, in order for something to be manipulative, you are trying to essentially trick the other person into making a particular decision of some kind. Are you with me so far? Now, that trick can be benign or malign. In other words, you can trick them into a win-win, or you can trick them into a win-lose, right? So snake oil salesmen, cowboys, unethical business practices, the classic, I guess, used car salesman, of course, giving used car salesmen, sadly, a bad reputation. They're manipulative because what they're trying to do is trick you into making a bad purchase that's good for them, but bad for you. Are you with me? But we flip the script around. Erickson manipulated people into winning, manipulated people out of their symptoms, out of their problems, which I personally think is a perfectly reasonable way of functioning, of doing things, right? But we're not even interested in that level in terms of our influence. The way I'm going to define influence is as follows, and this is what we're going to be our objective. We're going to create inside of our subjects states of mind that create good decisions, therefore always win-win. Now, how do we do this? On a bare bones mission, we want them to feel good. We want them to imagine possibilities. And when they're feeling good and they've imagined all the possibilities, then they're in a position to make a good decision. Does that make sense to everyone? Has anyone here, just raise your hand if you've ever felt lousy. Just give me a little wave. Right? Whoever is not waving right now, I want to know your secret. When you have felt lousy, as a rule of thumb, what were the quality of decisions? Did you make good life choices or bad life choices? Give me a thumbs up for good. Give me a thumbs down for bad. Bad life choices, right? Anyone here ever feel good, confident, happy, focused, that sort of stuff? Yes? Hands up again. Give me a wave. Beautiful. And again, $1 million question. When you were feeling in those positive states of mind, did your decisions tend to be better or worse? Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Do you see? Influence solved. Make people feel good. Make them imagine help them imagine possibilities and help them make a decision that's going to be a win-win, a good decision that they'll be pleased with. Is this definition making sense to everyone? Yes?
If you found this insightful, make sure to subscribe for more fascinating discussions on the power of the mind and hypnosis.